So the first thing we need to do is go down here and open up Adobe Illustrator. If you don't have it, you can get one. You can get a trial version on Adobe.com. There's a lot of other programs out there, but you're going to need to send this file to your local sign printing place because they're going to need to print this vinyl. You can't do this yourself. You can do the design yourself, but then you need to get it printed. So I'm just going to show you, this is what we're going to be creating. This is already the finished product. This is what we're going to be applying to the hood. So you can see here's the outline of our hood, and then we've got this big USA map with the dotted line. We've got some roads, we've got our logo for BAM, Bike Across America, and some text. And everything else that's white is not going to get printed. So when we go send this to the printer and go pick it up on vinyl, it's going to be this big cutout sheet. And this is big. If you look up here at the measurements, this is 48 inches this way, and this is 36 inches this way. So that's many feet. This is the size of the hood. But let's go ahead and start from scratch. So go up here to File, New, and let's call this one, Test Project. And here it asks you some of the things about the size, but we'll want to set it inches because we've already measured. We know that our hood needs to be approximately 3 feet by 3 feet. So we'll just call it 36 inches by 36 inches, but we can always change this later. You'll want it in CMYK. That refers to the 4-color printing process of physical printing. RGB refers to the 3 colors of screen. So CMYK is fine. 72 PPI is fine. And you'll want to talk with your local printers, and if they have specific requirements, they'll tell you what to do. So let's hit OK. Here's our test project here. So we got this big old empty space, but let's go up here to View and Show Rulers just to make sure. And you can see here it's 36 inches this way, and it's 36 inches this way. So 3 feet by 3 feet. Just imagine this is our hood. So let's start with just some basic text. And again, we're shooting for this. We've got BAM and some roads and everything. So let's start with the easiest stuff. We've got text down here. So let's go ahead and just make it 4,100 miles. Now our text is crazy small, so let's go up here and make it 200 point font. And we'll make it gray for right now just so we can see it. And then we're going to click our rotate tool, turn it about like this, and then move it about there. Next we need a USA map. So you could probably create your own map given a little bit of time. So I'm just gonna kind of freestyle this one, but this is pretty ugly. So for the sake of time for this video, let's just say this is our USA map. Here, we'll get a little more accurate there. Alright, so that's a pretty good quick USA. But what are the colors we want? We want it blue faded from white with a black outline. So let's go over here. First let's give it the black outline and make it nice and thick here. This is called stroke, the outside. The inside is called your fill. And here's the blue one. So we got that. But it looks like there's another white band in between there. So let's go over here and we're going to add another fill, or another stroke. And this one's going to be white. And then we're just going to switch these like that, and there we go. Alright, so nice and thick. Remember, this is going to be a big file. Next we need our dotted line, so let's go over here and just make the path for it. Something like this, right? I think this is accurate. Okay, so there's our dotted line, but it's not dotted, so what we need to do is click off it, then click on again, and then go over here and give it no fill, give it red, and now we need to click this thing, go down here to our brushes and find dotted line. There's our dotted line. It's black, but we want it red, so what we want to do is click on it and then go up here to the color chooser. Oh, we need a big red X. Let's do that. That's easy. So we'll zoom in here and put a big red X like that, and then click off it, copy it, spin it, and now put these together. And let's go ahead and hit Option G. We'll group those and make them red. That looks cool. Now what else do we need? Let's go back to our other one. We need roads. We need some big roads. So let's make some roads. In fact, we'll just kind of go over here. So we'll make a rectangle like that. Then we're going to give it no stroke. We're going to get rid of the stroke and instead fill it with a fade. And you can see this one fades to white. So let's go over here to gradient. Instead of fading to white, let's make it fade to just a little darker gray. And let's give it a 45-degree angle. So that works good. Next we need a dotted line. So there's a couple ways we could do that. You could do this, just make a straight line like that, and then choose, you know, if they have a yellow dotted line. These are all presets within Illustrator. So you can see now we've got some nice thick black lines, and then we need to go up here and make those yellow. So we've got our yellow dotted line. So what we're going to do now is hit these, group it, that's Option G, Command G, and then bring it over here, and if you go in the corner, change it like that, then you can see we've got our line, and I think we need 3 of them. It's 1, 2, 3. Now what we'll want to do is right click on them and hit Arrange, Send to Back, so they're behind the America. Okay, so that's approximate, that's pretty close. You can see like they're pretty similar. And next we need this big BAM thing, plus we need to take this text, make it white, and put it right there. Okay, so now let's recreate this BAM part. This is pretty important for logo work. In fact, we did a whole panel that was just this logo, really big. So let's go ahead and recreate that. We'll do it in a fresh space over here. Let's go to your text tool and spell out your letters and highlight them. Then go over here to your text selector. Now let's find a good font. We got a bunch of fonts here, but we'll pick something that's, I'm not even sure what font that was originally, but let's go with Myriad Bold. That's pretty good. And now what you'll need to do now is, once you're done for sure with the type of text, the spelling, you're going to right click and go to Create Outlines. That gets it out of the font category and into the shape category. Now what we can do is go up here and add strokes like red. It's going to put a red outline around it. And another thing we can do is click inside and we could add it the blue fade like that or that. We could give it green fades. We can change it to fade from the top or the bottom or the other way. We could do anything like this, give it a pattern. I think what we want is red with a white outline. So let's go ahead and make it red on the inside and change the outside to white. And then to get that shadow effect, we need to insert a shadow. So select it, Effect, Stylize, hit Drop Shadow, and we'll hit Preview so we can take a look. You can see that looks like pretty close. You can play with the controls, but for now we'll just stick with that. So there's our actual BAM. If we wanted to change the sizes, just hit Ungroup. We could do something like this. There we go. Pretty cool. So let's highlight it, hit Select G to group it, and then bring it back over here and rotate it, shrink it down a little bit, put it right here. So this is just an example. When you're done, you'll have something like this. I'm just showing you some of the basics here. You'll need to spend a lot more time with it. But when it's done, make sure that you convert all your text to outlines, because if you send it as text and your printer doesn't have that font, it's not going to look right. You can do that just by going to the text and right-clicking on it and saying Create Outlines. So that's all that you got to do, is make sure you know Adobe Illustrator, make sure you measure the sizes correctly, make sure you convert all your text to outlines, and again, just be thinking, when I send this to the printer, it's going to have cut outlines all around here. All this white space is going to be gone, and I'm going to apply this whole sheet to the hood and this one to the side door. So make sure you save your work often, and you'll be good to go. Good luck. Check out the next video.